Yo, yo, what up? What up? What up? It's your boy Ricky D checking in another sports corner from the 216. What's going on? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Got my camouflage on because it's always war. Got to be ready in this world. Ooh wee. But good evening, and welcome to the sports corner from the 216. You already know that the All Star break is completely over. Baseball is back in effect. You get what I'm saying? The second half grind is officially here, and the Guardians went 1 for 2 with a walk-off home run by the young man, Basmanian Devil Travis Bazana. You already know the Guardians, though, they reached the point where, the series carries playoff implications. And tonight, they currently up 8-4. I think it's in the fifth inning. They up 8-2 in the fifth, yeah. So that's a divisional rival, the Minnesota Twins, you know, at Progressive Field. It's a good thing we get to recoup at home because we had that series against the Pirates. Congrats to them for finally not being in the cellar. You already know most of the time the Pirates be right at the bottom of the barrel, so they doing something for themselves this year, even though when we us Cleveland supporters, because I don't really like to use the fan, but you already know real talk, real sports here at the 216 Sports Corner from the 216. But you already know next week. Oh no, that's this Thursday. The rookies report their training camp. Let's go Browns. We got a nice another rookie class. Shout out Andrew Berry. Of course, we're gonna check in on the Cavaliers, but it seems like the Cavaliers just they waiting on Brian. Brian, hey Brian, what's going on, man? Let us know something so we can make some moves. And always we're gonna cover what else is going on in the world because there's a few things been going on. We got some football, soccer, aka football, the original football. Then we got some golf. I forgot who won the tournament, but I think it was the we're gonna check that out though. You know. Anyway, let me know where if you're tuning in, where you're tuning in from. Cause if you be tuning in on Facebook, or this might be the last live for Facebook. We always gonna be on YouTube, but we trying to build up that kick and that Twitch. We might be on TikTok, and I might give y'all another angle from Instagram here and there, even though. But you can always find us on YouTube. So like and subscribe right now, so you can get them notifications. Let a friend know. Share this episode. Get back with me. Reach out, DM. We chatting. I was trying to get some technical difficulties resolved earlier, but I had some priorities I had to get to. But all they did was motivate a brother. It, and you be having like, yo, Roland, what's my girl? Dang, what was that song she had, man? Dang, but it was the emotional roller coaster. I try to live off logic. You get what I'm saying? But something we humans, so sometimes you have like emotional reactions. But yeah, man, we always talking. The biggest stores from Cleveland, man. In the world. But this your boy Ricky D. Make sure you check out that Poly Market. I keep forgetting to put the link in the bios because afterwards, I'm a one man band on the low, but I might, outsource my editing. But I really be wanting to do because I like, to pick. I feel like I pick what's good for, my audience. Anyhow, but to make sure you check out that Poly Market down there, like for example, will Open AI valuation hit a low of 700 billion by December 31st. If that's the low, what's the high? Because $700 billion. Oh, that's Elon Musk, right? Yeah, that's Elon Musk. But yeah, man, the weekend recap. You already know Friday game was postponed because of the poor air quality. So if you a Northern American, Northeastern American, you felt the wrath of the Canadian border. You know, they got the wildfires going on up there. So we got some bad air quality over the weekend. Had most people, you know, if you ain't had to come out, they told you to stay in. Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, Saturdays, we split the doubleheader yesterday. I mean Saturday, but Sunday we got belt the ass on us. You know what I'm saying? But tonight we putting that belt the ass on the Twins. Hopefully we can hold it down because it's in the fifth, probably the sixth by now. But we up 8-2 last time I checked, and you already know. So yeah, the Guardians, and by while I'm talking about the Guardians, they keep going back and forth with the Chicago White Sox. And I was talking to some people from St. Louis earlier. They was like, yeah, you know, our rival is the Cubs. But they was just talking. And then I'm like, yeah, currently right now, our rival right now in the moment is Chicago. But when it comes to baseball, it's more likely Detroit. But because Chicago usually somewhere, Chicago really ain't had a good run since Frank Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we start that series. I don't really know the squad on the Minnesota team, but you know the Indians really working with the young players. Quan then got his bat back. You know he always gonna be a defensive specialist, but his bat is back in the game. And I was listening to some media personalities, and they was talking about because you know like a rumor about Francisco Lindor. They trying to come back because I guess the Mets they really not having a like they not feeling each other right now. I guess so. Lindor looking for a trade. I guess what rumor mill says, but they putting Cleveland in the mix. Would you want Francisco Lindor back? I was listening to Coach Riz. I appreciate Coach Riz because he has some good analysis. So I give him a shout out, Coach Riz, aka Lance Rising, of Cleveland.com. But yeah, he said Lindor made a statement. I can't say it verbatim, but it was more like he didn't feel fulfilled with being with Cleveland. But Cleveland, we they like to call us a small market team, but the thing is, they just have a plan. The ownership and the GM, the chief president, I forgot what they call the title for the Indians, but Chris Antonetti. And the plan, it really be working for real. You kind of get frustrated as a fan because you be wanting to see the big names and the big bats. But we got Chase DeLauter hitting the ball. Little Jose will be back soon. Little Bazana, becoming a star overnight. He made the All-Star team along with Mezek. We got a nice pitcher and a nice ball player for the future. Chase DeLauter and Rukio. I always say his name wrong. But like I say, Quan might be getting a contract. You got Manzardo playing was that Manzardo at first? But yeah, man, we really a young squad. So in the Cavs, if you think about it, they really not elders neither. If they get LeBron, that's just gonna boost because LeBron in the 40s. But Harden and Brian, who else? They might throw in a Kevin Love or something like that if they do get Brian. They're gonna have to bring somebody else. They say Draymond. I think I said that last week. Draymond was trying to recruit Brian so we could talk the Draymond topic. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the Guardians, man, getting back. I was just trying to speak on the youth movement that we got going on with the Cleveland sports teams because Schroeder, he a little elder, but the Cavs bench is really second, third year, first year players, especially with the Malik Thomas kid balling in the um, summer league. But I'm gonna get to that later. But if you had to think about what the biggest concern is for the Guardians right now, what do you really? I think it's just patience right now. You get what I'm saying? Because the pitching is strong. The young guys, they stepping up. You get what I'm saying? So let me see what because this the young guys is the ones with the stats. They are the ones who have the stats. Let me go. Yeah, we in second place. We a game behind the White Sox at 52-48. They 52-46. We only behind because we didn't play more games. We 5-5 in our last 10. They 6-4. Let me get to these Guardians games players. All right, so that ain't what I want. Yeah, I need to get to the official Guardians website. Okay. Team stats. Why the hell? Oh, that's good. They was trying to give me the stats of the okay, we up 9-2. In the bottom is but they about to be at the top of the sixth inning. Let me see. I'm about to go to the rookie stats. Why do they keep showing? I only want to see the Guardians. Okay, so they still got Bazana. Bazana is considered a rookie. DeLauder considered a rookie. Oh, Khalil Watson, he been doing this thing. Well, he slowed down. He was doing good for a minute, but he only played 26 games. In 26 games, he has one homer, 11 RBIs. He must have took a little. What's his batting average? 233. Brito is the one slacking. But between DeLauder, Bazana, and Watson, they all batting over 230. That's decent. With a total about 22 home runs, 23, 21 home runs, 90 RBIs, a total of the Lauder 84. See, this the one thing about the Lauder, because all I ever used to hear about the Lauder is he's injury prone, but he got 84 games in, and we only didn't play like 100, maybe 100 games so far. Let me go top prospects roster. Most of our prospects. Let me see what these young guys doing. Yeah, Arya has been hurt. I ain't heard about him since he got hurt. Players. Who was the line? Let me see who was the lineup tonight. We play at 6:40 tomorrow. Lineup. Yeah, they got me doing too much searching, but yeah, they winning right now. Y'all probably like, dude, they winning right now. But yeah, man, we trying to get at least 25 shares of this episode. We need at least 15 new subscribers, man. Let's go. But hey, but if they could still use another solid bat, if nothing else, you could still use a solid bat. Maybe, like I say, add a nice solid bat, add to the starting rotation. I mean, you can or add to the bullpen, but they need to win. They need to win like a good 10, 15 games. Like the next 20 games, they need to go like 16-4. You get what I'm saying? So they can kind of jump out there, and make the other teams play with them. But like I was saying, Bazana becoming a star, Stephen Kwan getting his bat back. Bibee play. He started tonight, so he must be handling his business because they only got 2 runs. Like I say, Jose on his way back, 52-48. They above 500. That's what matters the most. So that means that above 500 gonna keep them in the race, and it's more motivating to know you above 500 instead of below 500. But yeah, man, what you think? Should they trade? Because the deadline coming up on the 3rd. What should they buy? Because I heard it's a lot of teams selling. So should we buy or just make a little tweak? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't hurt to stay pat either because the young guys is learning on the go. Then once we get Hosey back, that's gonna change the whole energy because the way they balling out without Jose. So once they get Jose back, the heart of the team, the loyal player that 50 to 60% below took 50 to 60% below his value in the major leagues, that guy could have got paid $300 million at least. But if you can make one trade before the August 3rd trade deadline, who or what are you targeting? What would you do? But like I said, we in second place in our division. Like the trade deadline coming up. Let me see if it's been any trades lately before I move on to my favorite of them all when it comes to Cleveland teams. I love them all. But this the one. Trade tracker. Okay, so as of July 10th, the Pirates got infielder Jacob Gonzalez, left-handed pitcher. Brandon Eastert, White Sox got balanced A-round pick and left-hand pitch. I think Jay Woods played for us. The Twins made a trade. I don't really see no big trades. It's just been some small trades, so nothing big. But I think Jay Woods played for us at one point. Yeah, like I said, we the Guardians second place. Let's go Guardians. I still call them the Indians, but I gotta be No, is it diplomatic or political? One of them, man. But anyhow, man, Sports Corner from the 216 is made possible by incredible sponsors or products created by our powered, Deshaun's marketing powering all everything. Anyhow, if your business is looking to connect with passionate sports fans every week, we love to partner with you. Sports Corner from the 216. Moving on to the Dog Pound Post. Like I was saying in the beginning of the show, training camp is here. Is here. The rookies report Thursday, July 23rd. They keep talking about the biggest position. It's no position battles. The team is a team, because if you've been watching the latest news, Shador and Watson been practicing together with the receivers, and I feel like that was a great idea for them to do. You get what I'm saying? Because why split the team up? You know what I'm saying? In the media, the program media, because it's different media platforms and outlets. Some people they gotta go with the flow. Some people can create the flow, and some people can just be direct. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, we monitor these training camp stories, because at the training camp, that's part of the motivation for the city, the season rather, and hopefully everybody can stay healthy. That's put good blessings over our players. If you're a Cleveland supporter, if you're a hater, keep it to yourself. But yeah, man. Oh, see, hey. But anyhow, look, they was training together down in Miami. And speaking on Shador, he just held a camp yesterday out in Brooklyn, Ohio. They said he had over 500 kids. And I was wondering too, I'm like, I wonder if the kids had to pay for because most camps you be having to pay for them, but Shador had over 500 kids. It was through he did it like a little partnership thing with the Browns initiative or something. A program they got that's specialized for the kids. I forgot what it's called, but they build the stadiums and stuff. But anyhow, he held it to 500 kids. Everyone was free. They look like they in the new generation. That's why I keep saying, man, if it's a win-win with Shador, because you build a fan base, because he got a whole fan base of his own. And then even if you start watching, because I was listening to shout out Anthony Lima, he made a point, and I think it was Dale Ryder, they both, but it's a win-win even if Watson starts, because okay, what they were saying is if Watson falters, but this is what I came up with, because I think they said something else. But while I was listening to him, I'm thinking about my win-win. Even if it's a win-win if Shador starts or if he don't, because then you get Watson. You can help build Watson, because I don't see Watson getting a new contract if he do good. That's just gonna make his free agency better, because somebody might pick him up because he showed good. And if he do good, him and Shador have a relationship where Shador can watch and learn. It's no better learning than on the field, but to be able to see the game like in full speed, that's what helped him last year. But if Watson go in there and play his game, based off of longevity, and you ain't gonna get the excitement out of the fans that you would for Shador. But the only flaw to if Watson do good, you don't get to see if Shador really worth keeping and making your franchise, because now you got next year's draft. But if I was Jimmy Haslam or Andrew Berry or even Todd Monken, but more Jimmy Haslam, because yeah, you want to win, but you also the business owner is looking to make a profit. Shador is a marketable brand. And speaking of brands, it was Rex Ryan of one of the sports majors, I think it's ESPN, but he had a little something to say because Shador was doing a photo shoot or whatever. Rex Ryan, this is a new era in time. I always tell people, learn the new ways, but never forget the old ways. So nothing is wrong with how you think when it comes to tradition, but during due to modern times, even you, like a person that ain't had that doesn't have a brand, that's trying to build through content and streaming and yada yada, some might gain, some might fail. You as a person, if only if you knew you're Rex Ryan, it's a lot of people know you. You have brothers, you know, you've been a coach in the NFL, you're on a national broadcast show. You can go independently, create your own extended brand and make money off of what you think Shador. You get what I'm saying? And then it was one of the media personalities was saying, I think it was Big Ken. And he say, "Hey, it's the off. It might have been Jeff Phelps. It was one of the two, but it's the off season. So the fellas, they could do whatever they want." And I think he made another comment about how that's probably what Shador was doing based off the last 4 or 5 years of his life. That's a regular Saturday, especially in the off season for him, to go do photo shoots and be at events. He already Deion's son. They been on TV years ago before he even was Shador the quarterback. You get what I'm saying? So it's just a new era in time. So Rex, man, just appreciate that the new era of football players, they have their own brand. College, they even high school kids have a brand now. So they come from Muni League now with a brand. They get recruited from Muni League. And you should know that, but now it's like a brand. You get NIL money in Ohio, I know for sure, or you might get donations or sponsorships in high school now. So you don't think about time they get to the NFL, which is a professional sport, and most people that make it to the NFL of famous people or people that have gained notoriety, they have brands. You was a brand, Rex, because for you to get more than one coaching job, that was because of how you branded yourself. But in today's society, you could go make some content, put it on the streaming show, one of these streaming networks, and benefit and profit from it, especially somebody of your status, even at your age. You ain't got to show every part of your life, but you can create, let people know who Rex is outside of the studio. Let people know who Rex is. You get what I'm saying? If you need a manager, hit Deshaun's marketing up and we can talk. All I need is the name. I'm gonna push the brand. You get it? But yeah, they talking about the defensive expectations. Man, the defense, we lost Miles, but we gained Verse, a young up and coming. He might not be Miles, but he's not far away. Miles is always gonna be Miles. And of course, I be talking to the out of towners, and they be like, I'll be like, man, that stadium will be gone in a little bit, because we got the new one getting the top of the line technology, one of the most advanced stadiums ever built, soon to be in Brook Park, Ohio, which is only 10, 15 minutes from downtown. So, man, Browns fans, we might have needed that pace, that change of pace. You get what I'm saying? We might have needed that. So let's not get upset. Okay? Because once they get the winning, you ain't gonna care where they play. So biggest Browns question. Who gonna be the quarterback? Who's gonna be the number one receiver? Because that's another position battle that they don't discuss a lot. But I really think it's gonna be like play a big major part. And it was a good thing that they all went to go practice together. But the most important piece outside of quarterback is that line. And that's what they were saying earlier. They was like, if Watson start or maybe get injured and he don't play, they say the rookie receivers get a little couple of games in to learn the NFL, the line get to gelling. So it might be a better situation for Shedeur to let, come in a few games in the season, maybe early October, mid October. It's a win-win. As long as Shedeur get in before we only got 10 games left, I'm cool. Watson, I was praying, I was rooting for you, man. Sometimes, some people come in your life for a reason, some people come in your life for a season. But somebody got something to prove. And but like I said before I move on, I like the fact that they did what they did together. Oh yeah, and getting back to the camp, the little camp Shedeur had, he gave away 2 diamond pennants, man. I know them kids, you better cherish that. Like, don't even wear that until you going somewhere special. Put that somewhere up because them real diamonds, I could guarantee you he got you some real diamonds. I ain't gonna guarantee it, but I could believe they were real diamonds. But you already know training camp don't hand out jobs. You know what I'm saying? It reveals who earned them. Let's go to war. Man. Training camp, boy. It's coming down to it, man. It's the countdown. A couple days, then everybody got to report by the 28th, and it's time to get it in. And depending on who the quarterback is, when they have that scrimmage with, I think is the Buffalo, then we're going to know who's going to be the quarterback. But before I get over and talk about the wine and gold, you already know it's the LeBron watch. But I'm gonna do another live rip. Let's see what we got off in here. Yeah, these people might have got me because I done gave them about 30, 40 bucks. So we got Trey Mann of the Thunder. Oh, this card from 2000. Let me know. Trey Mann. We got a throwback. This one was this card printed. Lil Muggsy. Muggsy Bogues. I don't remember Terry. Oh, in a way I do. Terry Mills. Oh. Kevin Johnson, drafted by the Cavaliers, traded to the Phoenix Suns for Larry Nance. We couldn't get that championship from that. Tony Bennett. He looked like he could be the son of Tony Bennett, the Las Vegas legend. And Rod Higgins. This company might have got it. There might be the last Bucks. You know what? I got another pack. We gonna see what's going on in here. Live rip. We ripping like they be saying now. We ripping. Trading cards. Okay, we got Jonathan Magbu. Let me know. Let me know. Hit me up. Hit the DM up. We got Vern Fleming. Ooh, this might be a rookie too. No, that's the first year card. I remember Vern Fleming. George Kite. I remember that name. He was like a bench player. Larry Johnson. Uh-oh. OG. If you know Otis Thorpe, the dude had like a 5 foot shoulder span. They be talking about wingspan. That dude's shoulder was about 5 feet. Oh, Kiki Vanderway. I think he like a GM or something now. Oh, this is a rookie right here. Which rookie is this? Oh, this is a rookie. This ain't the actual rookie card, but it was made in '99. But that boy Kenny Anderson, used to be balling. If you know, you know. But yeah, man, them Cavs, man, summer league. The young boys is balling. The boy Malik Thomas killing them. Let me see if there's some more summer league games left. I seen the look in Malik Thomas' face, man. When they drafted him, I'm like, oh, that kid, he looked like one of them kids out there, summer league over with. Yeah, but Malik Thomas, let me see what Malik did. I like the Asian kid too, Lee. I hope we keep him around too. From Florida. Stats. Summer league. Also, the Warriors won the summer league championship. They be saying all that stuff don't really matter. It's about seeing who can play and who can't play. And that boy Malik was balling. He gotta be a little bit more passer friendly, but I like Malik. I hope he stick around for a while. But them young players, man, we got Malik, we got Proctor, we got Porter, we got the young dude, we got Tomlin, we got shit. Mobley's still young. He only 25, so he the OG of the young dudes. You know, see what LeBron gonna do because hey, Brian, we didn't let a few people go, Brian. We didn't let Larry Nance walk away. We didn't let Dean Wade, and Dean was a starter. We let we signed Thomas Bryant back. Who else we let go? Larry Nance. Oh yeah, Ellis. So we losing our threes, man. Like you gotta say something, man, before it don't be nothing else. You must have made your decision, and the Cavs just waiting on you to announce it. They probably part of the plan too. Cause hey Brian, it ain't like you coming. It ain't like you coming back to It's not like you coming back to make the team better. You gonna make the team better, but you just adding to a team that was just in the Eastern Conference Finals. So man, come on, man, and do what you gonna do, man, because we need us a small forward, and there's a few of them out there. But maybe like the commissioner said, man, he can't even make that schedule, man. The fanatic thing is over with. What you waiting on? You say Savannah and them gave you your wishes to go where you want to go. Come on, Brian. Can we get this over with? Rich, come on, man. Don't make me shoestring tackle you coming down 107th. Even though you know I'm up there on the road, COIT. I ain't been over here. I don't hang no more. But hey, we still from the clip, bro. St. Clair, you got the St. Clair New Balance hoodies and all that. You know, Power 5 Sales Raider. Man, get Brian back, man, over here. Quit playing. But yeah, man, should the Cavs make another move? I believe they should. And that move is going to be LeBron. Or if we can't get LeBron, I'd take DeRozan. You know, go get you another shooter to put on the bench. And there you go. You know what I'm saying? Around the world, and we're around the sports world. You know, like I say, the trade deadline wasn't nothing big happening. The Warriors won the Summer League championship. Spain is the new FIBA champions. I think they won it twice in the last few years. This their second time. Like I was saying, I was gonna tell y'all about who won the PGA last game, which was the Open, I think. Yeah, the Open. Fox, I think, won. See the golf world is kind of everywhere right now. They still regrouping because of that other league that they started. I think it folded though. But if you had to pick the biggest sports story that happened in the last 72 hours, we're gonna keep it. Even if you see this 134 hours from now, let me know the last 72 hours the biggest sporting event or news that you came across. But before we get to the end of the show, if y'all already know, man, you know, I usually throw the chats in the window. You know, we need this engagement, but the Think and Reflect segment, of course, because progress isn't always pretty. Like it is where like just what you see right now, getting here was not pretty. Like even just doing this show, just even doing this show tonight was not pretty. But I got there. You know what I'm saying? Not every winning season looks dominant. You know what I'm saying? You might go through the bumps and bruises. You might have to heal up. You might just cross the finish line. You get what I'm saying? But progress is the goal. Purpose is how you get to progress because now you're trying to achieve something. It could look messy. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you get the right people around you so that the messiness can turn into some art. You know, it'd be frustrating, and sometimes it'd be a lot of fights, but you got to stay in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing perfect. I always tell my children that. I tell everybody that, man. Life ain't nobody perfect. Because if a person trying to strive to be perfect, you can only do your best. Because perfection is only based off of you. You can think you're perfect, you know, personally, but to other people's eyes, trying to say you're perfect, you really, you know, you're putting hardship on yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because but I always say if you think you're perfect to where someone can't tell you nothing, you can't take no advice, you know, you can't see that it might be able to be some improvement going on in your life, I feel like you in the way. Especially if you're not giving your perfect game and knowledge to people. Because if you're perfect, you don't need nothing else. So why not give it away? Even though they say the game is to be sold, not told, You perfect. So don't give it away, man. Help other people achieve perfection. You get what I'm saying? But progress can be ugly, man, and it ain't perfect. The teams, the people, that keep showing up are usually the ones still standing at the end. Like, regardless, if like over the years, if I could tell you my life, which I really planned on doing a while back, but it's still a vision, life, living in fear every day, how to overcome it, the persuasive views of Ricky D, the profiling of my life. But the reason it haven't been completed is because I'm trying to incorporate something with it. I know what it is, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it. You get what I'm saying? But that's the book. It's going to be a self-help biography. I said that right here. Self-help biography. Life, living in fear every day. You ain't never heard nobody say that. So if you hear it, it came from here. I made that up 15 years ago. What was that? Yeah, like 15 years ago. You get what I'm saying? But what's something in your life that's improving, even if the results haven't shown you're up yet? Like, if you don't think that where you want to be is achieved yet, but you can see the progress, you can see the fact that you putting in the work and the difference. Like, a good example is like a person working out. Like, it could be frustrating because sometimes people bodies perform different, but maybe you could do you started off doing 20 push-ups, but now you could do 30. You know what I'm saying? Or you only could do 5 and now you're doing 10, or you couldn't do no squats, but now you're doing 10 squats. I'm just using the workout because I need to get my ass back working out. Because, man, I got a little chunky chunk going on over here. That's just good because there's one person I love. They always making sure I'm not hungry. But tell us, man, about the time you stuck with something long enough to see it pay off. Let me know. Progress is often invisible until consistency turns into success. And that's the quote of the day. Progress is often invisible until consistency turns it into success. Whoa, that's cold right there. It's usually invisible. But once you reach your goal because you've been consistently putting in that work, consistency, man, other than communication, consistency is key. You got to keep doing it even when you don't want to. You might sometimes, like, I might postpone for a couple of days or something. I don't try not to do that often, but it's still being consistent because I'm still trying to give y'all something. It might not always be in the moment, but later on, I know y'all paying attention. But again, we want to thank. We're gonna get some of that Brew Euphoria coffee over there. You know what I'm saying? But we always inviting local businesses to, promote or be part of, sponsor the show, because let me let you know how it works. Your product, when I clip the show, will have its own clip, which I will delegate over the different social media platforms, which gets a lot of attention. Live ain't always, because people have lives. So live don't usually until you build up a solid fan base. And 216 Sports Corner from the 216 is just a little bit over a year old, and I only been consistent the way I have been lately, maybe 6 months total, a solid 90 days. So it's still a growth process, but your product will be seen tremendously, like, by the right people. So reach out, send us the email, sportsc216@outlook.com, or send a DM on whichever social media platform you are constantly on, because we have a social media page for just about every last one of them. I think we got to make a snap, but that, hey, and partnerships, don't forget Together for One Foundation, which is to help the youth. It's another delay in that, but I'm consistently thinking of how to improve it. You want to be a mentor? Website should be live sooner than later. So let's work on building that. That's a founder of sponsor of the show. Well, we're sponsoring that, but it's a partner of the show. Excuse me, but before I leave, will the Guardians make the right move before the trade deadline, or is the current roster enough to make a playoff push? And I remember last show I was saying I might have a giveaway for some, but I need y'all to be on here live. So make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, preferably. And I have a couple if you want to go to one of it's for the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th. I might just do the 4th. I'm gonna have to check the days, and then but that time is coming. So next show, y'all better be tuned in live. Or make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, one of them platforms to find out if you can win them tickets. But I want to thank everybody who watches later on YouTube, that watches the clip on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Kick Live. We on X. And like I say, we're going to start having audio on Spotify, iHeartRadio, on speaker preferably. But with that, this is Sports Corner from the 216, where Cleveland sports meet real conversation. We'll see you next Monday. And until then, keep the conversation going with hashtag What's Your Thoughts 216 SC216 and SC hashtag SC216. This your boy, Ricky D, signing out. Sports Corner from the 216.